Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the southern wing of the Stink Bug Works. In front of you is my little vortex. Now, this is the old, early Mark I version. It's gone through a number of iterations. You can tell it's an older version because there's not as much curve here. The newer ones have a bigger bump to accommodate a different cowl. This thing, like I said before, had a really ugly cowl, and I turned it into the bullet cowl just because I could. And the other cowl was so warped, there's no way you could ever tape it down. You'd have to use 3-inch wide tape. You might as well throw the cowl away, which is what I did. This thing, the little tunnel, the problem with inventing stuff, see, I'm inventing all of this. The problem with inventing stuff is, like for this bracket, this bracket is what's holding me up. I said to myself, we're going to make this bracket out of carbon fiber square tubing, and it can't be pultruded. It has to be fabric, because if it's pultruded, it'll split and crack, and you don't want that. So I want, bidirectional fabric on it, just for that reason. So I found bidirectional fabric tubing, and I ordered it. And it's on one of those really slow boats that's coming from China. No, there's no American supplier that makes this. My preference is to always buy American, but sometimes Americans don't make, full weave fabric tube, square tubing. So I had to buy Chinese. Anyway, enough of that. I'm just rambling on here because I really didn't have anything planned to talk about. This thing ran much better. I've lowered the strut now. The props that I was using when I had the new motor in here were just huge monsters, and the prop would stand still and the boat would spin. Remember that gag? Yeah. Well, that was pretty close to what was happening with the new motor. This motor makes much more sense. This thing is much more fun to drive. I mean, other than getting grabbed by weeds. How could it was zipping along and just came to a stop. Anyway, we're going to see more of this. I've moved it up into the front. I haven't really talked about the construction. What I did way back when is, you can see peeking out underneath here was some of that spray-in foam. And so what I did is I built Depron stops, and I sprayed in just enough of that foam. After using it for a while, you could tell how much would just fill up a space, and you could see it was just starting to ooze out underneath here. So this whole thing is all flotation. So as you know, I'm spooked about flotation now. Don't ever say, it's just a test run, it'll be fine. Don't ever say that. Even on your preliminary test runs, your maiden test runs, always have the foam. Don't say, I'll put the foam in when I get it running. Lest ye learn the lesson, the jet lesson. So I have 2 upcoming projects. One I'm going to keep under wraps for a while, just to keep you in suspense. And I'll tell you what the other one is. I've been looking for a 1/16th scale model, be it fiberglass, be it plastic, the old vacuum form shoebox. I wouldn't mind an old electric Thunderhall. Or in this case, be it wood. Now, ML Boatworks. I'm sure you've heard of them. I'll leave a link to ML Boatworks here, but they actually have a handful of 1/16th kits. Now, these are short kits. You got to add your own decking material and stringers or strips and the like. But it's all the bulkheads. It's all the stuff the stuff that's hard to figure out and complicated to cut. So I ordered one of his turbine hull versions in 1/16th scale. So we're gonna go over to the eastern wing of the Stinkbug Works, and we're gonna build that over the winter. Now I picked plan 156. Go on to Newton's plans. Go on to the ML website. Look at his plan 156. That's the is it 1990 or 1991? Maybe it's the 1989. Somewhere around there, the Tide. The one that Tide detergent. So I am going to build the Tide in 1/16th scale. So stay tuned for that. I've got all my other backlog projects out of the way now. So the 1/16th Tide in wood will be coming to a wing near you sometime soon. Until then, jet out.